the Meadowlands. EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
Second down and 8.
56.
And now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. He'll try and run for the first with Singletary. And he will have a Giants first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Half jumbo.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game. Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Singletary. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Finds Devontae Smith. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. But I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we've... Look him up on a second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Hurts to throw. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense ready now for their second drive. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. On the ground, Gainwell. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play. On 2nd down, Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now Gainwell. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones.
That is hot. What a throw. Harris, Campbell. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles are out to a 10-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Okay, here we go.
Shotgun now for Jones. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. From the gun, it's Jones. Left side in the hands of neighbors. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Now a short one caught by. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a into a run. You have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay
Previous
officials.
play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Again, it's Jones. That'll be caught by the running back, Singletary. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Giants are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Hurts. This one intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Here's Gainwell, and he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long. Now Hurts, who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up third and a yard. And they'll throw here with Hurts. He's got his man. It's Smith. It'll be a pickup of 10. Philadelphia.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On first down, it's Hurts. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
63.
To the air again. Hurts. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
First down throw there is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, Hurts. That's complete to Smith. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Hurts again. That one caught by Smith. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
And in motion is Brown. A run with Gainwell. And he will get into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Eagles.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles move out in front by the score of 17-3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You can see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Giants. Working from the gun, it's Jones. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
So we are through 3. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Okay, here we go.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. He's got it inside the 5. And he will score. Game on. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Giants are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to... This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. Past the 45. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out to a 24-10 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Apple, apple, apple. Apple, go.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Half jumbo, half jumbo.
To throw, it's Jones. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. To throw is Jones. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, They know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate.
Here we go, hey.
But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
Miami.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. A second down throw for Hurts. A pass complete there to Smith. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And he's already well on his way to the Pro Bowl and very likely an all-pro selection, too. That last catch moving him past 1,500 yards on the campaign. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's a first carry for the veteran Raheem Mostert. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open, and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat-out dominant.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. This one all but over. Here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, You're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes that ball out of his hand and lived to play another snap. Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time.